Good evening. I'm Mayor Ron Nirenberg with Bexar County Judge Nelson Wolff. We're joined tonight by Metro Health Medical Director Dr. Junda Wu, and this is our COVID-19 update for the San Antonio community. We're reporting 574 new cases of COVID-19 today, and our 7-day moving average has gone down now to 595. Unfortunately, we are reporting 22 new deaths this evening in our community. We've lost now 4,314 people in our community to this virus, so please keep them and their survivors and families in your prayers this evening. Our epidemiological report, which is produced monthly for August, shows that last month, Bexar County reported 52,585 new COVID-19 cases, more than 3 times the number in July. And the virus is hitting young people harder. Last month, 12.5% of all cases involved patients 9 or younger. Compared that to the overall average of 7.6% of that age group compared to the overall average of 7.6% from that age group. Over in our hospitals, we're also watching the stress on our medical system. There are 820 patients in area hospitals, 114 new admissions, and 289 in the ICU this evening, with 158 on ventilators. 80% of patients in area hospitals are unvaccinated. That number fluctuates and has remained consistently above 80% throughout this Delta surge. 25 patients are children this evening. In terms of vaccinations, 1.2 million Bexar County residents are fully vaccinated, and almost 1.5 million have received at least one dose. If you're looking at the proportions, 73.5% of eligible Bexar County residents are now fully vaccinated. I do want to put a graph up on the screen. We'd like to share with you this graph because that shows the COVID-19 infections by vaccination status. As you can see, those who are not vaccinated are significantly more likely to get infected with COVID-19, and we know they're also showing up in much larger numbers in the hospitals. The 7-day rolling average of fully vaccinated cases and unvaccinated cases peaked at 3.7 per 100,000 population and 82 per 100,000 population respectively. So again, those numbers and the surge is being driven by unvaccinated individuals. This represents approximately 50% increase from the end of July 2021 in both categories. I'm going to give you a brief update on the Metro Health Vaccine Incentive Program, but first let me turn it over to Judge Wolff.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. And it's a tragedy to see this many people dying. We had one of our election judges, who's been a longtime judge, just pass away, Jesse Escobar, and as you know, we're doing the elections right now, but of course we've had to conduct elections without the ability to require people to wear a face mask that come to vote, and so we've lost a total of 4 election judges now since the pandemic began. We will start tomorrow morning at Wonderland Mall, mark that down. Those that are eligible for the booster shot, we'll start giving them tomorrow, starting at 10 o'clock, and will be open to 6 p.m. The guidelines now are anybody that's 65 and older can get the booster shot, and you should be 6 months after your last shot that you had, the previous vaccine shot you had. For those that are 18 and older or less than 65, that are at a high risk of COVID because of underlying health conditions, they will be eligible also. So you don't have to have an appointment for tomorrow. We don't know what to expect. I know they're going to get at least one customer because I'm going to go over there and get my booster shot tomorrow. We will continue to open as long as we see that there's people that want to get the booster shot. So we'll be open back up again on Monday and offering the opportunity to get a booster shot also. This Saturday, we will be doing the flu shots. We're not going to do those at Wonderland now, but we're going to be doing the flu shots Saturday at 8 o'clock at noon at Southwest Athletic Complex. And Commissioner Rebecca Clay Flores will be heading up that effort. So vaccine, booster tomorrow, flu shot Saturday. So we need to do both of those, and prepare ourselves for the winter season with the flu shot and then also getting the booster. Now, don't forget, those that you don't have the vaccine, let's be sure you get the shot also.
Thank you, Judge. And also tomorrow, Metro Health will be launching the HEB gift card vaccine incentive. Beginning September 24th, Metro Health will offer a $100 HEB gift card to help increase the number of COVID-19 vaccinations among San Antonio and Bexar County residents to become fully vaccinated. As a reminder, people eligible to receive an incentive of the $100 HEB gift card are those receiving the 1-dose Johnson & Johnson vaccine or the second dose of the two-dose Pfizer or Moderna vaccine. So when you get fully vaccinated, you get that gift card, and it's available only at Metro Health vaccine clinics. Gift cards will be available until supplies last, and you can go visit covid19.sanantonio.gov or locate a Metro Health vaccine clinic by calling 311. So the website or 311 will get you those locations. Finally, to get a testing location, you can also go to the website covid19.sanantonio.gov or call the COVID-19 hotline 311 and hit option 8. In the meantime, please continue wearing a mask and urge your others to get vaccinated if they have not already. Do it for yourself, do it for your family, and do it for San Antonio. With that, Dr. Wu, the judge, and myself are available for questions.
Can I clarify? So it does not apply to the boosters. It applies to that second dose, or if it's a 1-dose vaccine, then just that 1 dose.
Dr. Wu, if we can ask about boosters. I had called 311 earlier today to see what the process would be like for boosters. This was just before the CDC panel had approved it, but after the FDA had. So what is the process going to be for people to get their Pfizer booster shots at the Alamo Dome?
They need to meet the criteria, which are the CDC ACIP criteria. Keep in mind we got a lot more places to get vaccines these days than back in January. So besides Wonderland, there are also pharmacies, grocery store pharmacies, regular pharmacies, the people's private providers. Any of those are options.
Dr. Wu, will Metro Health offer boosters at the pop-up clinics as well?
Yes.
So can people just show up at the Alamo Dome starting maybe this weekend to do it? Like, what is the timeline that the Alamo Dome will be able to do it?
So just like the judge said, for now you don't need an appointment, and we are in anticipation of more people coming. We are open from 12 to 8 at the Dome now instead of 4 to 8, Wednesday through Friday, and so people could come tomorrow.
Is the Wonderland of the Americas location also going to be offering vaccines to people who haven't gotten them yet, or is it exclusively for boosters?
I couldn't hear that last part.
The Wonderland Mall,
Yes.
they'll be doing all series. So they'll do your first shots, they'll do your second shot if you need it, or to do your booster, or is it just boosters?
Wow. I would assume Dr. Wu, are they doing that at the Dome? Anybody could.
Yes.
Yeah, I would think we'd be doing the same thing that they would be doing at the Dome. If you haven't had your vaccine, you can get it there. Now, we're going to be doing the Pfizer one, and we're doing it on the upper level of the mall. Before we had both, at one time we had it on the bottom of the mall in the second story. So we'll be at the second story on the upper level, and you can park at that parking lot and just walk right into the facility that we have there. Second level, Pfizer.
What about people who have the Moderna vaccine, first and second doses for that? Would they be able to get the Pfizer vaccine?
We're going to be strict about following, as we always do at Metro Health, following what the CDC and ACIP recommend. So since that is not a recommendation yet, it's not going to be done. The other thing is, along with the gift cards, we are actually going to be verifying in the statewide registry people's first and second doses before the gift card is given, or verifying the first dose if they're getting a second dose.
Dr. Wu, do you have any advice for people who will be looking specifically for the Pfizer booster? Is there a way to find out where Pfizer is being offered?
That's what we will have at
Yeah.
Wonderland Mall. Just show up. You don't have to have an appointment. Just show up tomorrow. We'll be open at 10 o'clock, and we'll stay open to 6 o'clock.
And same at the Dome, 12 to 8. Right now, you don't need an appointment, and we'll see how the traffic flow goes.
Dr. Wu, some reports say that local doctors are concerned after some teenagers with COVID-19 reported blood clots. Have you heard about this, and do you have any advice?
There can be rare side effects. I'm sorry, that's the wrong, rare adverse outcomes. And it's usually on the order of something in a million. I have not heard the specific instance that you're talking about, but it's not impossible, but it's also rare. And you can also get blood clots, and really almost all the other adverse events that I can think of with actually acquiring COVID.
For the judge or the mayor, SAISD is going to continue mandating vaccines, I think. And I was wondering, even though the judge has ruled against their claim, I was wondering if y'all had any comment on that.
Is the lawsuit still going on right now?
I think now they have to take
It's
it to the
still-
appellate
It hasn't
court.
been decided?
They didn't actually have a hearing. There was some sort of a procedural
Okay.
motion against them
Yeah,
today.
yeah. I know that, I don't know how the lawsuit's going to come out, but hopefully the school district will prevail.
Mayor, if I can ask you about the migrant crisis happening in Del Rio. You know, way earlier this weekend, we had heard that some of the repatriation flights that the Biden administration is doing under Title 42 are coming to San Antonio, leaving the Del Rio International Airport, coming to San Antonio, and then being flown out to either their home countries or countries that are helping with repatriation. Are you aware of anything else that's happening here locally in regards to the crisis?
No, I know there's some charitable organizations, including Catholic Charities, that are trying to raise funds and resources to assist with the humanitarian aspects of what's happening down at the border, particularly among the Haitian migrants. But outside of the federal operation and the fact that they're using some of our air capacity to repatriate, I'm not aware of any additional efforts.
And so these flights are coming to the San Antonio International Airport?
My understanding is yes, they are. It's obviously all federal jurisdiction. They have specialized facilities that they're using, but again, it's entirely a federal operation.
That's all we have tonight. Thank you.